They found him laughing in the woods, holding a phone that wasn't his. The search party trudged through the thick underbrush as dawn broke over the sleepy town of Bramble Hollow. Trees stood tall and silent, their branches clawing at the early mist. Somewhere ahead, a boy had vanished. 12-year-old Milo Hargrove had been missing for nearly 24 hours. His mother, Dana, sat wrapped in a blanket at the ranger station, eyes hollow from sleepless worry. "He went to take pictures for his nature project," she whispered, clutching a small digital camera. "He said he'd be back by sunset. He didn't come back." The woods weren't dangerous, at least not by reputation. Locals hiked them. Kids built forts among the birch trees. But the deeper parts near the old logging trails were rarely walked. There were stories, of course. Murmurs from long ago about people hearing whispers that weren't there. About things being seen and not remembered. At 6:14 a.m., Officer Barrett's radio crackled. "I think I see something. Over by the ridge north side. Stand by." Minutes later, they found him. Milo stood in a clearing, barefoot, clothes torn, face smeared with mud. He was laughing, not giggling but laughing wildly. In his hand, he clutched a black smartphone. It wasn't his. Barrett approached slowly. "Milo?" The boy turned. His laughter stopped abruptly, replaced by a hollow stare. And then, softly, he said, "They're still down there." At the hospital, Milo wouldn't let go of the phone. Nurses tried. He screamed. They let him keep it, placing it in a sealed bag when he finally fell asleep. Detective Lila Monroe was assigned to the case. She wasn't from Bramble Hollow, which, as she quickly learned, meant people didn't trust her. But she was methodical and kind, and that helped. She interviewed Milo's parents, his teachers, even the kids from school. The phone, older, scratched, no SIM card, was examined. Its lock screen displayed a blurry photo. A girl standing between trees. Half her face was shadowed. She didn't look older than 15. The phone's gallery contained 37 photos, all taken deep in the forest. Most were mundane: branches, leaves, moss. But a few stood out. One showed a tree marked with a strange spiral carved into the bark. Another, darker and out of focus, showed what looked like a child's shoe, buried, almost intentionally, in the soil. And the last image was a video. Lila pressed play. First, nothing. Just static, flickering shapes in the dark. Then, a voice, frantic, female, whispering, "We found the place. I think it's real. If someone sees this, we're sorry." "We didn't know." A scream. Then silence. Then Milo's laughter. When Milo finally spoke again, he asked for a crayon and paper. What he drew chilled the room to silence. A tree, towering, blackened, with faces in the bark. Beneath it, people with hollow eyes stood in a circle. In the middle, a girl lay still, her hands over her ears. Milo didn't look up as he spoke. They told her to be quiet, that the forest needs quiet. But she kept crying. So they put her under. "Who, Milo?" Lila asked gently. "The ones that live in the holes." No one could explain how a 12-year-old could create such detailed, chilling imagery. Psychologists said trauma, imagination. But Lila had seen the video. She drove back to the site, alone. The clearing was quiet, unnaturally so. No birdsong, no wind. Lila followed the GPS coordinates from the photo metadata. It led her to a knotted birch tree with something carved into it. A spiral identical to the one in the photo. Nearby, the earth looked disturbed. She began to dig. Slowly, methodically, until her fingers scraped something smooth. A box. Small. Metal. Inside. Another phone, half destroyed, and a locket. Inside the locket, a photo of the girl from the first phone's lock screen. Lila brought the evidence back. Facial recognition confirmed what no one expected. The girl was Sarah Donnelly, reported missing 8 years ago in a town 60 miles away. She was never connected to Bramble Hollow. Until now. The revelation made national news. Families of other missing children came forward. Photos emerged. Kids who vanished on hiking trips. One girl vanished after a school field trip in 2013. All had one thing in common. Their last known location was near old, unmarked forest land in the region. Milo began drawing more. Always the same tree. Always the same circle. He whispered one sentence over and over in his sleep. They don't like noise. Lila, haunted, started connecting the spiral carvings to old regional folklore. Stories of the quiet ones. Entities who lived in the land long before settlers arrived. They took those who disturbed the forest, especially the loud ones. One legend spoke of the circle, a ritual to appease the forest when it had been angered. Milo had walked into their territory, but they hadn't taken him. Why? Because he was quiet. Because he listened. 2 weeks later, a young boy named Evan went missing 5 miles from Bramble Hollow. His parents said he had been drawn to the forest, obsessed after seeing Milo's story on TV. They found Evan 2 days later. He was unharmed, sitting under a tree, laughing. In his hand, a third phone. Inside it, more pictures. But this time, Milo was in one of them, standing among the others, smiling. Lila left the force not long after. She moved away, but kept a small corkboard above her desk. Photos, red string, notes. One day, her phone buzzed. A restricted number. She answered. A child's voice whispered, "It's your turn to listen now." Then laughter and silence.